Oh, I knew I was going to see you again. I knew I was going to see you again. What's going on, guys? Pegasus from the Wise Guys. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you sub. Make sure you hit the bell, guys. The ban list just dropped, and it is effective immediately, which is a little bit of a off the beaten path move by Konami, but I like it. So let's talk about it, shall we? What I wanted to talk about first, guys, is the simple fact that Mecha Phantom Beast has been hit. Obviously, with you see it rolling across the screen, it has some clear and obvious issues with the card that we'll talk about in a second. But with Auroradon obviously getting hit like that, it's definitely going to matter for some decks. I don't necessarily think Sword Soul is dead, but it's definitely going to take a huge hit. And a lot of those combo wombo decks that just can absolutely decapitate you because of a card like Auroradon, they're definitely going to get hit as well. Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo, I actually agree with it. I just like the deck anyway, so I'm kind of biased. But anyways, the card is a correct hit a little bit because it does just facilitate a little bit too much. And, you know, Prank Kid's just a little bit toxic, and a lot of people just know it. And even the people that play it kind of know it anyway. Also, and last but not least, on the forbidden part, Predaplant Verte Anaconda is the necessary hit that had to happen. Whether it was going to be Dagda, whether it was going to be the Verte Anaconda straight up, whether it was going to be maybe a Celestial hit in a different way. I always kind of thought it would be Dagda, but it's just interesting, I'll say that. Moving on to the limits portion, I am so floored that Change of Heart is back. I think that's the cover boy of this, cover girl, I guess, of this section. Ooh la la. But yeah, anyways, guys, Change of Heart, I think is going to slip into a few meta decks so smoothly. And then obviously you have decks like Fluanderies, the Tribute Summon, True Draco, the Tribute Summons, where this card is just going to be magnificent. Good luck getting the card, the original version of the card. You see the price. Sheesh. But Change of Heart, you know, it's just a beautiful card anyways. And it's just nice to see. It's been 2 decades, guys, I believe. I'm 34 years old. Pegasus is 34 years old, if anybody ever asked. So I haven't seen this card since I was a child. So that should give that some kind of perspective. I hope it does. Moving on, Time Seal is super duper interesting. Shooter Riser Dragon is also interesting, and Halqifibrax in its capacity is also interesting because they're trying to get away from the layered dropping of cards out onto the field, and they're trying to get out of ahead of it, I guess, before Splight. Although there are going to be some hand trap combos still, it definitely is going to at least matter a little bit that you've gotten rid of Halqifibrax in a layered capacity. Time Seal is going to be nuts, but obviously being at 1, it won't be a Trap Tricks target. And then Jet Synchron for a lot of the Blue Eyes players is going to be really interesting. Got a deck profile coming soon on that as well. Red Rose Dragon is the fair hit. I just feel like that deck's really super duper degenerate. But my favorite card, Yata-Garusu, it's my favorite card in the history of the game. And this card is sensational, but it hasn't been seen in also 20 years as well. Trust me, guys, all I'm going to say is Small World. Think about it. There's other ways, obviously, with some of the Shinobird stuff, and in addition to many other things, there's plenty of ways to get Yata to your hand. A lot of YouTubers have said that it won't matter if Yata is off of the list. Well, now it's off of the list, so let's see what we see. It's going to be super duper interesting. But I think in moving on to the semi-limited list is very, very interesting as well. I believe it's a little bit of them attempting to try out some things, like when they hit Pot of Desires to 1 and it indirectly hit Grand Maju. I definitely feel that it was a huge hit to Grand Maju, and you haven't really seen the deck since. I think with Pot of Desires coming up to 2, it's definitely going to matter to the Grand Maju players, and it's going to bring some of them back. I also think that Sword Soul is going to be boosted a little bit and also hurt a little bit with their Auroradon, but I think it's just going to make people play pure Sword Soul. I think that's what they kind of wanted. Wall of Revealing Light is interesting. I think it's just been irrelevant for so long, the paying the 1,000 to then like block off people. I mean, I guess in multiples of 1,000. It's interesting, but I don't know how much that's going to matter. Trickstar Light Stage to pull back in some of the Trickstar players. Interesting as well. The True Draco card being let off the list. Dynamite Knight is really, really powerful, so that's a huge boost for them, but not quite the masterpiece that they may have wanted. And Cyber Angel Ben 10, I feel, and Tinky as well, but Cyber Angel Ben 10, me being a Drytron player, is also fair, and it's also like not overly powerful. It's going to be powerful, but it's not going to be overly powerful where it's unfair to deal with, because EVA no longer exists, in case people have forgotten. So all in all, I think semi-limited list is always the kind of experimentation from Konami, and it's just them kind of manipulating or trying to manipulate what they want to exactly do with the list in general and going forwards with the game. The interesting part about this one, I'll just start off talking about Night Assailant. Being able to search back or grab back some flip effect monsters hasn't been seen in a very long time as well. There's going to be some cards where you're going to have some discarding stuff going on. I can see it mixing in with some danger stuff and some other archetypes where they have flip effects. Maybe crawlers can get some kind of boost from Night Assailant. That's going to be really, really interesting. The rest of these are just boosts to decks that we already play, whether it be the Salaman Great stuff with Circle and Mirage Stalio. Hero Lives, maybe branded heroes. Deck profile may be coming soon. We've had it requested a few times. And we also have a few of our teammates playing it. It is an explosive deck with 17 different knockout punches. Trust me when I say one card knockout punches are amazing. All of these are really, really interesting. Trish and Scapegoat being interesting as well. And guys, I hope this gives a boost to the game. Everybody's been talking about how boring it's been. Now we got a little bit of a change up. What do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. I'll see you next time. Pegasus out. Arrivederci. Ciao bella.